Hi everyone, I'm down here in my art studio and I wanted to make a video today on letting go of your fears, and I thought, well, the best way to let go of your fears is to take something that you love and destroy it so you can let go of all your attachments, because if you don't have any attachments you'll never have disappointments. So a lot of times we're afraid to let go of things we love or things outside of us that we're attached to. So I thought, well, I'll take a piece of my artwork that I love and that I have for sale on my website, and I'll paint over top of it just to let go of that fear of being attached to it and trusting that I'll create something new and even more beautiful from destroying it. So let's find a piece of artwork and we'll paint over it. Okay, so now I'm going to look through my artwork to see what I can take and recreate something new. Well, I'm just going to look through here. Oh, here's one. So I'll bring it out here. Okay, so here's a piece of artwork that I have created, and it's for sale on my website, and I will paint over top of it and see what else gets created. So this is all about letting go of our fears and attachments. So being able to take something that you love or that's worth something. So I have it for sale. I don't know how much it is on my website, but it's a few $100s. So it's taking that and painting over top of it and creating something even more beautiful with it. So we'll just put this here so you can see, and I'll start to paint over it. Okay, so I've already got my paint put out here in front of me, and I'm just going to start painting and see what happens. And I'm just playing and just allowing myself to paint over one thing to create another. This nice bright pink color I'm using. I'm just going to cover it up, say goodbye to this painting, and see what else we can create. I want to get rid of this dark color down here. I want to go more light. Bring some more light into 2018. More light and joy. Now, you never know. It could end up completely different, or it could end up something similar. I guess we won't know until something starts showing up. So I'm just playing, and again I connect with my spirit guides and allow the universe to work through me, and just trusting the process that something is going to show up, and if it doesn't, that's okay too, because it's all about playing and having fun and not being afraid to let go of attachments. So so it's all covered, and I'll just start playing and see what happens. So sometimes I'll straight back a little to, maybe I want to keep a little bit of some of the shapes or the outline. You know, as a woman, maybe she'd kind of be hiding behind something. I'm going to do this with a few paintings to see what happens. So we'll take a couple paintings. So I like kind of how she's still kind of showing. And I'm kind of just scraping back and seeing what comes out here. where she's at. So I've got kind of some paint on this. It's like a scraper thing, and I put a little paint on it, and I'm just kind of moving it around, scraping off some paint. This painting had a lot of texture on it, so it's just kind of showing up with the texture. I'm not sure where I'm going to go next with her, so I'm going to take another painting and paint over top of another painting as well. So I'm going to find another painting. Okay, and this one is one I had done a little while ago, and it's time to paint over it. So we'll just start painting over it. I'm going to kind of use the same colors because that's what I have poured here. Actually, I need kind of more color. So this painting was called, I don't know where to go from here, I think. So now we know where to go. I'm going to paint over it and see what happens. So it's really fun just to take something that you love and that you were happy with and to create something new with it, and not to be afraid of letting go of what was there before. And that's kind of what we are doing as we let go of the ego and the third dimension reality. We're kind of just letting go of everything and trusting that the universe will take us somewhere new and create something new. So this one I'm going to use like, I think, pinks and purples. I'm kind of in a pink and purple kind of mood today. So there's some nice purple here. And again, like, I channel all my artwork, so I ground myself. I connect with my consciousness with the consciousness of the universe and allow the universe to kind of work through me, flow through me, and I make all my artwork fun and playful. And as I get painting, I guess I explained it in other videos, but as I get painting, things start to show up, and I'm guided to kind of you know, add colors or move my brush or use different tools. And then I start receiving messages about what the artwork's called, the name of the painting, what the title of the painting would be, what oh, that's my husband. Yes?
Do you mind if I put the lasagna in?
Oh, sure, go ahead.
Okay, sorry to interrupt.
That's okay. I'm just making a video.
Oh, sorry about that.
That's okay, you're on the video now. So as I paint, that was my husband putting supper in the oven, so that's nice. So as I paint, I create whatever shows up. So I'm working with my spirit guides. I get in a state of joy so that I'm able to receive high frequencies of love that goes into the artwork. And as we paint, things start to show up. They give me the name of the painting, and they tell me what healing energies they're channeling into the artwork. So a lot of times I'll have messages. So whoever purchases the artwork receives messages from each painting if they desire. Now, some people like to put their own kind of story to a painting. So if they don't want to receive a message, then I don't give them a message. But if they want to receive the message from the painting, whatever my guides channel through, then I give them a message. So this one's starting to look like kind of like a landscapey kind of looking one. So it's kind of interesting. So the way I started realizing that it was okay to paint over artwork is when I was out of money and I had no canvas and I wanted to paint. So I just grabbed a painting that was already done and painted over it. So you know, I step back a lot to look to see what's going on here. And put a little bit more color in here and here. And see what happens. Oh, I love this purple. It's gorgeous. Yeah, it looks kind of like a landscapey kind of thing showing up right now. So I'm gonna start using other tools. I have a lot of tools that I use that are really fun, like sponges and scrapers, and I guess my favorite tool, I like the spray gun, the scraper. I like sponges. I'm just kind of moving this around to give it some, blending the colors a little bit better and seeing what shows up here. So I had put a little water on it, so the water's kind of moving the colors around. I don't know if you can see the colors, but it's like pinks and purples. Maybe I could put on more light in here. Yeah. I wonder if that's better. And I'll take my sponge. I think I'll put on some gloves so I can paint with my hands as well. When I paint with my hands, I use gloves sometimes just because it's kind of easier to wash, get it off my hands at the end. So I guess my hands are really fun to use. That's one of my favorite tools. Yeah, it kind of looks like a landscape of some sort. But we'll see. That could change. I don't know. I just play around and see what shows up. Maybe I'll add a little bit more purple here. Add some more colors. So I'm just kind of blending it with my hands. I like using paintbrushes too, but it's a lot of fun to, you know, get your hands right in there. So the light's kind of glaring on it, but Okay, so just gonna step back and look, see what we have here. A little bit more light up here. So I do like mostly abstract, spiritual kind of work. So even my landscapes are kind of abstract-y. Because I kind of just play and, not kind of, I guess I play and see what happens, so I don't focus too much on trying to make everything perfect or real, or I just go where my hands are guided. This one's all about letting go of fear. So my guides are starting to come in and tell me what energy, healing frequencies are going into the painting for what chakra. So I'm getting a lot with the third eye and crown. And the crown chakra, that's kind of like your mind, your brain and spinal cord, and your mind and the egoic fears. This painting is releasing a lot of my fears as well. I had some fears going on today that I've been working on letting go of, and I can feel them releasing as I work on this painting. So I'd like to thank my spirit guides for bringing in that energy. So all my paintings have healing frequencies channeled into them because I'm an energy healer. So I channel the frequencies from the universe into the painting, and when you get the reading about what the painting's about, I'll tell you what healing frequencies are in it, so that when you hang it on your wall, you'll know what frequencies you're receiving, and to help the physical body, mental body, emotional body, and spiritual body. Okay, so this one's kind of, so it's kind of looking like a landscapey. I don't know how well you can see it there. Okay, so I'm just going to keep going on it and see what happens. I'm going to take a few minutes to channel some information from my spirit guides before I continue. Okay, so this area kind of looks like something's going to happen. I can feel something in that area. So I'm gonna, I don't know what it's going to be, but so I'm just starting to move my hands. I feel like an energy coming through, and I'm not sure if it's more of a structure or a person. I'll just see what happens here. I must say it's like, kind of feels, it's like a lighthouse of some sort. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I took a wet sponge when I was looking for a dry sponge, so kind of changed. Kind of changed a lot in the painting when I did that. So I'm just going to add some more color back there. So you can never really make a mistake because one thing always leads to another. So if I do something that I don't really mean to, it's just because it's going to create something that I'll like even better. So there's never any like accidents. There's just play. So I'm just adding some color. These are kind of like looking like clouds or something. I think what happened is I got in my head a little bit because I'm being videotaped, so I'm getting out of my mind now and back to channeling. So. So these kind of look like cloud formations a little. I'm just going where my hands are guided. Oh, I did it again. Oh, that actually looks better. So I meant to use a dry sponge and it's a wet one, but it seems to be blending it a little bit better. And then a dry one would, so. They're all happy accidents, as Bob Ross would say. And I'm just going to bring it a little bit. It's kind of cloud formation. Now there's like a structure here that I'm seeing kind of showing up. I guess I don't see it show up. I kind of feel it. I can feel something coming. almost like a tower, but I don't know what kind of a tower. Like at first I thought it was a lighthouse, but now it's feeling different than that. Some kind of structure. I almost feel like there's an angel energy coming through right now that's very calming and peaceful. There's a lot of peace in this painting. I always feel the energy of the painting before I'm done it. And this one's kind of delicious, I would say. It's like a very peaceful, angelic kind of feeling with it. So I might have like paint 5 or 6 things, or 10 things, or 20 things before anything shows up. I just keep going and going, so to see kind of where it takes us. So I felt the energy of some kind of structure or strength when I first started painting this, but it kind of looks like it's turning out to be like an angel or a guide. There's a lot of colors coming through that I didn't really put there, so it's coming through from the painting that was underneath it, which gives it, it's almost like a coat of many colors. Kind of really beautiful, actually. Wow. I could. It's like magic when things start to show up that you least expect. I don't know if you can see the colors coming through. I'll move it up closer. There was like, I had like a figure of a man or a spirit guide here, so that got painted over and some new colors get added, some reds, and it almost looks like a tornado, and you can see how the tornado's starting. But I've asked my spirit guides to channel a message about what this painting means. I'm gonna do a little bit more work, maybe add some colors here to kind of give it some more depth. So this painting is like all our fears are kind of like buried on top of in this tornado of energy, buried on top of the spirit guide that lays beneath this. And the guide that laid beneath this, he had a coat, and it was all filled with all these colors and all this energy, and it represents, or he represented, the consciousness within all of us. So the message they gave me is like that our fears, the vibration of our fears is a vibration, and the ego has is an entity within itself. So it has a vibration of consciousness. Like the ego is consciousness as well, as we are. Like the light is consciousness and the dark is consciousness. It's all comes from one energy. So the egoic fears, when you're vibrating in fear, it kind of starts like this tornado. So it's like you'll have a fear-based thought, and it might be a fear-based thought, meaning anger, hate, rage, grief, sadness, whatever emotion it is. So you'll have like a thought or an emotion that starts. So maybe somebody triggers you, or you feel upset about something. So say that the emotion is anger, and so you started, and it's like a vibration of this caliber. It's kind of like a lower frequency. It's kind of like a little bit of anger. Well, when you trigger that frequency of anger, it starts to connect with the consciousness of the ego consciousness within the universe to match that frequency of that anger. And so as you're matching the frequency of that anger, all the other thought forms or energy of that anger start to pour in, like, so just picture it like kind of pouring down into your crown chakra. It's like it kind of like, or into your energy field. It pours in and it builds and adds more fear-based energy to that one frequency of anger. And then you start to think of what else made you angry, or who else, and it just starts to build and build and build until it creates this tornado of anger and rage. And so it's like fear feeds off fear, so it's just creating more. But underneath it all is our consciousness, and the light of our consciousness is always a higher frequency or a stronger frequency. I don't like to use those terms because it's just a different frequency. The frequency of love, or our consciousness, is always able to transmute that fear back to love. So when the fears start to rise, the anger and the hate and the rage, and as they come up into your mind, and you create more and more chaos and anger and all this stuff that's getting created in the mind, if you stop and you allow that anger to be there, and you love it with the consciousness within you, then this tornado of anger won't build up. You'll transmute the anger back to love. So anger is consciousness. It just forgot that it's consciousness. So as you love the anger or hate or rage or grief, whatever the emotion is, as you love it with the light of your consciousness, you instantly transmute it back to love. So fear is love that just has forgotten. So the message in this painting that was the message from this painting, but it's the healing frequencies in this painting are to calm the egoic mind. It's like, even I'm just sitting here with this painting and I feel very, very calm, and I'm gonna actually put it in my bedroom to sleep tonight because it instantly calms down my mind. So yeah, that's the basis of this painting. I haven't got the name yet. Usually they'll tell me the name when I'm almost done, so I am going to add some more colors into this tornado funnel kind of thing, and I'll find out what the name is. Okay, so so when I add colors, like just to give it some more like depth or something, I put a lot of water, so it's almost like what would you call it, like a glaze. So I'm just adding a glaze of the color. So I added a little blue, but that's not the color I really wanted. I wanted like more of I wanted to add like blues, reds, green, like kind of like all the colors of the chakras. I just kind of want to add like a little bit of each. Now these are coming out a lot darker than I wanted, so I'm going to take a something to kind of wash it back a little. So I just want a slight kind of glaze on it, like just to add a little bit of color, but not too much. And right along here, some white. I add a little bit of white along here to make that edge pop a little bit better. I'm just going to take a dry brush and actually my finger. Just taking a dry brush and kind of blending it in. And I kind of liked how it was at the beginning. It didn't really have a... kind of blended right in with the water, so... I got too many brushes going on here. So I'm just adding a little texture. And some colors into the actual painting. So I want to add more color. I feel like I need some color to bring the tornado to life, and it's like I'm putting all the colors in the chakras in there. Hi, Mike.
Hi.
I'm just making a video.
Yeah, I hear.
Okay, so this is what the painting looks like. I don't know if this lighting's that great, so I'm gonna take a photo of it, and you'll be able to see the colors better when it's posted on my website. Yeah, because that lighting's not really great. So the name of the painting, I'm getting kind of like a twist of fate, or I'm not really sure yet. I'm gonna have to connect more and figure out what to name it. Usually they'll tell me what the name of it is, and I haven't really gotten it yet, so I'll have to do some more meditation on it and see what name shows up. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.